Alright, now let's move on to an actual example of how it will look like. For example, you see these two sources here, source B and source C. The question is, of course, um, would the German citizen in source C actually agree with the journalist in source B? Would C agree with B? Basically, so you have to look at both sources to answer the question. First, find out the BOC first, right? As what I said just now, have to look for the common topic they are talking about. Your basis of comparison. Can it be a person, a place, a situation, a trend, or opinion, or whatever it is? All right. So first one, B is from a German journalist, staunch anti-Nazi, strong advocate of Weimar government, published about life in the Weimar Republic. Let's look at what he says, okay? In comparison to what we have expected, after the Paris Peace Conference, the Weimar government has indeed risen itself to shoulder the terrific burden in a way we never thought possible. They are much stronger. So I notice here, I'm talking about the Weimar government, right? First common topic can be the Weimar government, alright? What does it say about the Weimar government? Basically, it tells me that they are much stronger, alright? They are much stronger. They managed to work together, okay? They managed to work together. It also tells me further on below that unemployment never fell below 1.3 million. Despite everything, it could be worse, right? So they can shoulder the terrific burden of the economy. They come out, they are much stronger now, and they have managed to work together to unite the different parties to actually work together. And of course, this has led to unemployment never falling below 1.3%. So it's quite clear. One of the topics here is about the Weimar government, all right? And what can you say about the Weimar government based on all this evidence I see? Then you come up with your general conclusion. Yes, they are capable, right? They are capable in a sense that they have managed to work together. Then you ask yourself, so what and do what implication? Right? Economic success. Help together to bring economic success for Germany, right? So it is talking about the Weimar government. Is there any other people, place, or trend, object, or thing, or situation that this is also talking about? Let's take a look further down. Okay, he also talks about Nazis here in this line here, right? Extreme parties such as the Nazis gain fewer seats in the election. Here is talking about the Nazis and the fact that the Nazis has actually gained fewer seats in the election. So, in a sense, gaining fewer seats, what's the implication here? What is the inference about them? You can say that they are indeed not popular. Alright, they are not well received, they are not popular, therefore they gain fewer seats. So I have my inference here about the Nazis. Alright, then they are not popular. So that is my second basis of comparison that I picked out. One is about the Weimar government, the other one about another character, the Nazis. So that is what you must do when you look at the sources. Look for the characters, look for the place, look for the trend, look for any opinion, and then you can move on to the second source. Do you see the same trend here, the same people being talked about, the Nazis and the Weimar government? I see the Weimar government immediately. It seemed the Weimar government. But now they are saying the Weimar government is a hopeless mess of handling the situation. Okay, this can imply that they are not capable. So in my own words, I write they are not capable. They cannot solve the economic situation. So what if they can't do it? It's going to give people hardship, right? It's going to lead the Germans to poverty. Okay, so very clearly from the first line. Then moving on, I'll check further down. Is there any other characters? Is the Nazi party being mentioned here? That's my common topic. So is the Nazi party being mentioned here? Let's look further down. Something had to be done. The government seemed to have no idea what to do with the problem of rising unemployment, growing poverty. They are so worried about hyperinflation that... Okay, let's see again. Some people who have never bothered... Okay, I see the word Nazis here. Maybe it's something about the Nazi party. So let's read further on. Some people who had never bothered to vote in elections before. They were not interested in politics or the Nazis. So here is my line about the Nazis. They are not interested in any form of politics. They are also not interested in the Nazis, but because of the weakness of the Weimar government, they suddenly become more involved. Hence, you can say that the popularity, right? Their initial popularity was not there. They are not popular. People don't care about them. That is my line again. Alright, people did not care about them. People did not care about elections. People did not care about politics in a nutshell, including the Nazi Party. So there have it. There you have it. One is about Nazi Party. The other one is about the Weimar government. And from here, I can do my comparison. So let's do the answer. Now let's look at the difference first, because you look for which one is more straightforward. I would think that the Weimar government one is quite straightforward. Then I'll look at my answer here. Our ATQ, make sure ATQ, because the question says, will you agree that C and D, does C agree with B? So the German citizen in C, ATQ, will not agree with the journalist in B about the capability of the Weimar government. Actually, you can just say about the Weimar government, right? About the Weimar government. Okay, so first line is my ATQ plus my BOC as seen here, ATQ plus my basis of comparison. Next, I'll go on to my points based on the correct BOC. So my BOC is the Weimar government, right, as mentioned just now. So according to the journalist here, the Weimar government is capable. Here is my inference. My inference is the Weimar government are indeed capable. Alright, here's my inference. My contrasting inference is here. Okay, that the Weimar government are indeed capable. And my topic, my BOC is here about the Weimar government. Then next line, I will go on to the direct comparison with the other source. Whereas the citizen in source C, okay, same. Can you notice here I have the same criteria. Source C says the Weimar government. Now I have my contrasting inference. Instead of saying capable, I'll just say not capable. So there's a clear difference here. I'm talking about the same thing, which is the Weimar government, and I have my contrasting inference. One is capable, the other one is not capable, and hence they would not agree with one another. So your first two lines are very, very crucial, alright, in setting the tone for the rest of your paragraph. Telling the marker you know what you're doing and you know what you're comparing, and they are indeed valid. It is indeed a valid comparison because you're comparing the same things. Alright, and you're making the valid contrasting inferences between these two things, this thing that you're comparing. So after that, then it's just about my evidence, right? B states that blah 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 blah. All my evidence here. Then because you're doing difference, right? So you need to write down the explanation. Shows that the Weimar have gone beyond expectation and stronger now, able to manage the problems that Germany faced. Alright. Yes, so do the same thing as your basic inference. When you explain, you have to make valid extensions in your own words. Just to recap one more time, it must be in your own words and it must be valid extensions that are clear. Alright, clearly explain how this links to your point. Clearly explain how this links to your point that the Weimar government are indeed capable. Alright, links to your point that the Weimar government are capable. Then I will move on to the next source. So source C states that, again, evidence is relevant, talking about the Weimar government, which is my common topic. Hopeless mess of handling the economic situation. Indeed, what does it describe about the Weimar government? Clearly seen in the evidence that they were in a hopeless mess on serving the economic situation. Then explain. So this means, not shows, this means that instead of resolving the problems, the Weimar government has indeed worsened them. Okay, add in some more things, leading the country to economic crisis, leading the people towards poverty. Okay, means they have not managed the situation well. Right, meaning that they have not managed the situation well. So this is a clear extension of my evidence to explain my counter inferences that the Weimar government are indeed not capable. Okay, so that's how you should do it. Bear in mind, just to recap one more time, it's very important that the first line you have your BOC and the second line you have your inferences based on the common BOC about the Weimar government in this case. Now, when you look at the similarity paragraph, it's going to be slightly different, but it's slightly easier. Okay, Germans, now your second point is about the Nazis, right? The other common topic that you've picked out. So they agree, again, ATQ, they agree with one another. They will agree. Then give me the common topic here. In this case is the Nazi Party. And because you're doing similarity, you will have your common inferences at the start in the first line. Both agree that my common topic, the Nazi Party, was not popular. That is my adjective. They were not popular. How I know this? Then evidence inside B. B states that, okay, extremist parties, blah, 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 won few seats in the election. Okay, showing that they are not popular. Now, source C, what is being said in source C? Some people who had never bothered to vote in elections before, not interested in politics, or the Nazis now suddenly became involved. Again, telling me that they are indeed not keen, right? Or they do not care. They do not care about politics or following the actions of politics, just to make sure. What am I doing now? Making sure your explanation is a bit more extended in my own words. So I write something like, do not care about politics. Okay, do not lack of following the elections. Lack of following of the elections or the updates about Nazi Party. Alright, so that is my thing. So first line, again, first line is very important. You must ATQ in the first line. Okay, first line is very important. ATQ. After that, give me the common topic that both sources refer to, and then the common inference that they are not popular. Okay, then you move on to your evidence explanation of both sources, and you're done with your similarity paragraph. Alright, so I hope that's okay with you.